Thanks for being with us. And as you know, we are heading into another stretch of triple-digit temperatures. Right now, Oregon is under a state of emergency because of the heat. Thanks again for joining us at this edition of KGW News at 5 o'clock.
Now, it won't get quite as hot as the heat wave in June that killed more than 100 people across Oregon, but it could still be extremely dangerous.
We've got team coverage for you this afternoon. Tim Gordon is out with a look at where you can go to stay safe if you don't have air conditioning. But we want to start things off with meteorologist Joe Ranieri. Joe, what can we expect?
Well, it's going to be another round of hot conditions heading into tomorrow afternoon. We're looking at temperatures up and down the I-5 corridor and throughout the metro area in the low 100s, 103 over in wine country from the Stoller Family Estate camera. As we look throughout some other locations, Portland just clocked in at 102. We tied a record this afternoon, 102 in Hillsborough, and throughout much of the metro area. We're either in the upper 90s or low 100s, although looking at this map, it's basically anywhere from 100 to 103 degrees. It's going to be just a little bit warmer heading into tomorrow afternoon. 101 over in Pendleton, and with this kind of heat, this isn't just a one-day thing. This is going to last at least until Friday. So we could be looking at our second round of triple-digit heat 3 days in a row, like we saw in late June, but the heat will be a little bit cooler from what we saw in late June. Right now, we're looking at a temperature at 102 from our Rose City camera. Winds are pretty light coming in from the west, northwest, about 10 miles per hour. And right now, we're looking at right around the low 100s throughout much of the metro area. These are the official highs, but we could easily maybe bump up another degree or so throughout the next 45 minutes. 103 in Troutdale. Take a look at Scappoose. You're sitting at temperature at 104 degrees at this hour. And heading into the later part of the week, we're still going to be seeing that heat. Heat advisories are really throughout southern Oregon. That purple color, pink color is an excessive heat warning that's in effect now until Saturday night. Now, I'm forecasting highs right around 104, 105 tomorrow. There is one chance that we don't see that happen. That's because of the chance to see some smoke and haze that moves in by late tomorrow morning and into the afternoon. I'll talk more about that a little later on the show. Back to you guys.
Thank you. Yeah, I just caught Laurel looking at your forecast and shaking her head almost in disbelief because it's going to be around for a couple of days, which is really important. It's important to make a plan, everybody at home, when you're dealing with this type of heat. So check in on your neighbors now.
Such a good idea, and one option is to go to a cooling center. They are free, open to anyone who needs a place to go. Our Tim Gordon is out in the heat this afternoon, but Tim, you've been inside too, thank goodness, to check out those cooling shelters.
Yeah, I've been inside a little bit. We're in the one that I'm standing behind right here. They're opening up all over the metro area right now, but this is the Arbor Lodge shelter here in North Portland. It just opened up at noon today. These are going to play a critical role in the next couple of days, really, keeping people cool and safe. Let's take you inside Arbor Lodge, which is here at Lombard, North Denver Avenue. This is a 24-hour cooling center, so there are mats set up for resting and sleeping inside. And besides the air conditioning, they've got other helpful things like food, cold drinks, especially water. There are places to sit and read a book if you like. And yes, pets are welcome too. And we've seen several nice animals here already this afternoon. So this is for anyone who needs it, from the houseless to those who don't have a way to cool off their homes. You know, many of us feel fortunate during this heat wave not to be in either of those categories, but we can help by checking in on others.
It'd be great for folks to check on their neighbors, their loved ones, older folks in the neighborhood. If they could check on those folks, check in on them, and try to encourage them to get out into a cooling center or somewhere else that's cool if they're at home without air conditioning.
Yeah, another way you can help during the heat is by volunteering at one of these cooling centers. You know, Portland and Multnomah County still needs some more assistance on that. And there's a link to sign up at kgw.com. We've also got a list of all the cooling centers in the area there as well. You know, you can also go to 211, just dial 211 for more information on all of this, and also to arrange a ride to somewhere cooler if you need it. Guys, back to you.
Yeah, you mentioned the fortunate people with the air conditioning. All it takes is one power outage or one AC on the fritz, and you might need one of those places as well. Tim, thank you so much. Yeah. And there are cooling centers located all across our area over the next couple of days. We've got another quick way for you to find them. Just text the word HEAT to the number that you see on your screen, 503-226-5088. And we will send you a direct link to your phone for the cooling centers, and you'll be able to find them very easily. You can get a link also for the latest forecasts and temperatures that way as well.
As the Delta variant swiftly spreads through Oregon, Governor Brown is enacting a statewide mask mandate starting Friday. The governor said most county commissioners' inaction forced her hand. Pat Doris has details from the governor's news conference this morning.
Ever since Governor Kate Brown announced Oregon open for business in late June, she has resisted calls to enact statewide mandates that may slow the COVID virus. Now that's changed.
It's clear the current situation requires immediate action to stop the Delta variant from spreading further. That's why, moving forward for the immediate future, masks will be required in all indoor public settings, effective this Friday, August 13th.
Part of the reason for the order is the explosive spread of the Delta variant, mostly among the unvaccinated. Scientists say it's able to spread from one person to 8 more on average. On July 1st, Oregon hospitals had 134 COVID patients. By August 10th, the number had shot up to 635, a new record. August 11th, the number stood at 665.
Those totals just broke the record that hospitals set just yesterday.
Oregon Health and Sciences University researchers estimate on the current growth curve, the state will be 500 hospital beds short by September 7th. Governor Brown said it's obvious something has to be done to slow the spread, but that most local leaders refused.
What was really, really clear after my meeting with county commissioners last week, and despite pleas from hospital CEOs and local public health authorities, is that for the most part, local elected officials were not willing to make the tough decisions. And I needed to make a decision to preserve our hospital bed capacity.
State leaders urged those who have not received a shot to get vaccinated as soon as possible.
If you are unvaccinated, the risk of being sickened by the virus or ending up seriously ill or even dying from COVID-19 has never been greater.
In late June, when all statewide COVID rules were dropped, it seemed for a moment the nightmare of the pandemic was behind us. Now it's clear it is not.
It's a disappointing reminder that we still have dark days ahead. Until more people get vaccinated, we are all still in danger.
As far as enforcement, the governor says people will be asked and reminded to put masks on in public places. But if need be, the state agency OSHA can issue fines. In Northeast Portland, Pat Doris, KGW News.
Okay, thank you to Pat. Meanwhile, this Delta variant has a lot of parents unsure if they want to send their kids back to school for in-person learning this fall. Christine Pitawanich spoke with one parent, hoping the largest district in Oregon will give parents a concrete option to stay remote.
My name is Shonda Murphy, and I'm a parent to two 8-year-old boys that attend a Southwest Portland public school. I was fully prepared to send them back to school until the Delta variant has become more relevant.
But with school starting in less than a month, Shonda Murphy is anxious, unsure if her soon-to-be third graders, Jack and Max, will get the option to attend class online. Her boys are stuck on a wait list.
Not every family will get a spot the way PPS has it set up today. And I'm not willing to gamble with my children's health.
So we asked Portland Public Schools if there are plans to make online school available to any family, especially considering kids 12 and younger still aren't able to get the vaccine. A spokesperson says currently there are openings, but grades 2 through 5 have a wait list. A statement said in part, "We are taking applications for anyone interested in the program, but giving priority to those with health-related concerns." At this point, several other districts, including Vancouver Public Schools, Beaverton, and Tigard-Tualatin, have a remote learning option for families that are interested. And right now for those districts, there are no wait lists or a cap. Murphy hopes she won't have to take her boys elsewhere for school.
My hope that PPS will step up and open up spots available for every family.
Shonda Murphy also had other concerns that she wanted me to bring to Portland Public Schools. She wondered if vaccines will be mandatory for teachers and staff working with young kids who can't get the vaccine. And she wonders, will there be weekly testing of unvaccinated students and staff? We'll have the answers to those questions and more on our KGW website. Christine Pitawanich, KGW News.